Holly and I have collected utility bottles for years. One of our favorites is this, what we call the mustard jar. It's a jar that we believe was made at either Mount Vernon or Mount Pleasant sometime around 1840, maybe as late as 1845. This was dug by a gentleman by the name of Roy Topka about 15 years ago, and in that same pit he found a whole bunch of good bottles, including the famous Icelandic balm of pulmonary consumption. This mid-sized globular bottle is one of our favorites. It's our belief that this was made at one of the Hartford County glass houses sometime between 1790 and 1830. What makes it so special is its size, the color, and the amazing number of bubbles in there. It's really a great looking bottle. This is a really fun little object that came out of an estate sale in Stoddard, New Hampshire. It's a whimsical hat that Holly has made the point was probably used as a thimble in the period. It's a really fun little piece of glass. This jar in the back center is something that I've been lusting after for 20 years. I first saw this jar in American glass. It's barrel-shaped, which is very unusual for a jar. And I always wondered, where in the heck did that jar ever go? It was McCarran's, and no one ever knew the whereabouts. And about a year ago, somebody called me and said, "I've got the jar," and I was able to buy it. This snuff bottle in the back is another piece of Hartford County glass that I'd date somewhere around 1815, maybe 1825. All these bottles come with great stories. We bought this from a gentleman by the name of Richard Haygood out of, I believe, he was out of the South. I don't recall if it's Alabama or Georgia. He sent this to us with the bottle wrapped in a sock and packaged in popcorn that he had just popped that day. This olive amber crimped-foot salt cellar is probably my favorite piece of glass that Holly and I have ever owned. We bought this from a gentleman in Buffalo on a night when it was literally 30 degrees below zero, and I was terrified to have to bring that bottle out, or bring the piece out of the house into the vehicle, drive it home, and take it out again. Probably made either in Coventry, Connecticut or Stoddard, New Hampshire, sometime around 1840, and the form is exquisite. This chestnut bottle in the middle back is a New England piece with a really interesting twist in that the glass blower actually pinched the center together to flatten it. This is a bottle that I found in New Hampshire, was actually pictured in Stephen Van Rensselaer's book from the 1920s. It's the only one that I know of. Holly and I have always been really fond of the miniature globular bottles made in New England. They're contemporaneous with the chestnut bottles of that period, so 1790 to maybe as late as 1830. The ones that I have here, the two globs on either side, or the two miniature globs there, measure somewhere around 2.5 inches. The chestnut bottle in the center, which comes from the Gardner collection, is the smallest chestnut bottle I've ever happened to see.